Hey friends, welcome to my new series called Open a Sketchbox with me. So I get monthly sketchboxes from a company called Sketchbox, and I love these, especially for my kids that I teach, because we come from a Title I school and it allows us to experiment with new materials. This one I believe is from February. Okay, so let's open it together, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Alright, so let me. Alright, so every time you open up a Sketchbox, it comes just like this. Inside, you get a sticker what's inside, so it looks like we're getting some gouache paint. You always get a instruction booklet of a painting you can do with the stuff that they give you in the box, and it also tells you what's in the box. We have some Speedball wood hot press, which is a little bit smoother than cold press. So we have the gouache paint that looks just like this. Typically they come in a tube. Okay. And then also in the box, they're giving us a nice little watercolor brush. They're giving us a calligraphy style pen. And they're giving us, is this a regular pen? Or, oh no, this is a pencil. It's a mechanical pencil, very cool. And then you have your eraser right there. And a robin's egg. This is called robin's egg. Yes. Oh, it's so. So the color is robin's egg. So it must be gouache, but it's like watercolor, like you would have to add water to activate it. Alright, so let's check out these materials. Alright, so we have all our materials here. So they gave us hot press paper. So hot press is a little bit more different. It's a little bit more smoother than cold press paper. So I'm just going to grab a sheet of the hot press. So hot press is a little bit more like, I would describe it more like cardstock paper, whereas the hot press, and I know you can't see on the camera, has a little bit of a texture on it. Whereas you can hear that's smooth. So you could, if you like taking nail, you could hear that it has a little bit of texture to it. Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna do a couple of roses. So we're using gouache paint. Now the thing with gouache paint, it's an in-between of, I want to say, acrylic paint and watercolor paint. So it has like the consistency of watercolor paint and like the opaqueness of acrylic paint. Just want to make sure you guys can see this. So this is the brush that they gave us, which is a pretty nice brush. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this gouache paint and I'm going to start coloring this in. I'm going to take a little bit of water. So again, like it's like watercolor. So it kind of thins out very quickly. You might need different size brushes. I wouldn't recommend just working with one size brush. I'm gonna rinse off that brush. Go with the next color. Take that, I'm gonna tap on a little bit of that color and then add water to it. For the third for the third cloud, I'm going to use this robin's egg, which I feel like it's gouache paint as well, just in a harder format, and just add water to it. So I'm more used to using the tubes of gouache paint, where I use it like squirt it out on a paint palette and kind of thin it out on the paint palette and so forth. Not so used to it coming in containers like these. Alright, so same thing like watercolor paint, you gotta kind of wait for it to dry to do the next step. Or you can make it dry using a heat source. Just like that. Now I kind of want to go in and make a lighter version of this color. So I have a palette on the side. I'm just going to mix the light pink and it's more like a coral and a crimson, I guess, red together. I'm going to start doing like a rose. So I'm just trying to use just the tip of the brush. Trying to get a color that will pop. And you can see it a little bit better. So what I'm just doing is like these parentheses / dash marks. All around. When I get to like the edge, I like to go over the edge. I don't like to make it too perfect. Just like that. So while that one dries, I'm going to use this one. It's great, like you can go in between of using it like a watercolor or using it like acrylic paint. So I just added a little bit of water. I'm just going over to smooth out my lines a little bit better. Just like that. For the blue one, I'm going to use